Oh no, do you hear that? If your Anycubic printer is making even a tiny noise like that when it moves, you're experiencing consequences of neglecting your hardware. I'll be totally honest, whether you're running a Kobra bed-slinger or a high-speed CoreXY machine, these are not zero maintenance appliances, and I keep saying that.
But I have to yell at you guys. Listen.
If you're going to keep ignoring these basic mechanical checks, you aren't just getting sloppy layer lines, you're actively wearing down your machine until it fails completely. Before we grab that tube of grease, there is a hidden wobble problem under your tool head and the bed that 90% of the Anycubic owners completely miss until their prints start ghosting. Let's fix that disaster zone in exactly 30 seconds. Okay, step one. The eccentric nuts.
These nuts? Got him!
Trying to get a close-up in here of an eccentric nut for you guys. It's hard to get in here. Here's one on the Z-axis. You see this right here? There's a nut on the inside, but it's not actually to really tighten or loosen. What it is eccentric. So it rotates in an oblong circle. So it's going to take this wheel right here. You can see this gantry is pretty tight. I'm going to intentionally loosen it. So I'm going to rotate it down. Actually, I guess rotate it up. Now it's can you see now I've put some play in it, so I'm going to just gently tighten until the play is out of it. You don't want it too tight, you'll wear out the bearings, but you don't want it loose where it can shift around. So there is one on each side on the Z gantry. So we'll go over to the other side. Wish my print head's kind of in the way. Everything's kind of in the way. Sorry, it's very hard to see, but we got a lot of play over here. So we just tighten this up. And again, we're not tightening, I shouldn't say tighten, we're not tightening the nut up like to tighten a bolt. We are getting rid of the slack. So I'm going to also try to slide this left and right, up and down. Seems pretty good. We'll also listen to the noise. If it makes an excessive amount of noise, that could be bad. All right, let me back out just a little bit. There's also an eccentric nut, which is almost impossible to see on camera. If I can get in here and show you, there is one right there on the bottom side of the print head. That tightens the print head up to the gantry. And you have this little wrench which comes with the printer, but it's very hard to get in there. Mine's already pretty good. I don't have much play, but I'm going to try to get in here. Do the same thing. I just want to move this just until there's no slack. Move it by hand. I hit the unlock button. So on the control panel, if I can get the glare off of you. Okay, there we go. So I went to, let's go back. So I went to the little, I call them settings, hit that, and then I hit unlock so that you can move this by hand. If you don't unlock it, you can't move it by hand. You can move the print head by hand. It doesn't seem to make any excessive noise. I don't think you can just pick this up and move it. So now the other thing that we would do is with a clean rag, which I had one earlier, is wipe this rail off. You see a little gunk and grime that's coming off. Also the bottom rail. Obviously the print head is in the way. You could take a little alcohol if you want to clean this off even better. You can see we've got some dirt, and then move the print head out of the way so you can get the entire rail. Wipe it down really good. All right. Then you've got your Z-axis, up and down the Z-axis. You've got an inner track and an outer track. So there's a little dirt and gunk there. It's the same thing, go over inside and outside, left side and right side. And also just wipe everything down, get all the dust and dirt off of it. I also have some of these, I think they're called gear floss. They're for bicycles, but they work really well on your Z-axis screws. They come in a pack. Basically consider them like dental floss for your big long screws. Of course, they use them on your bicycle for your sprockets. This is what they're actually made for. Let me find a knife. You don't need the whole thing because, like I said, it's made for a bicycle. So let me just cut off a small piece. This stuff will last you a long time. You don't really have to put anything on these. You could, I guess you could put some alcohol on them. And then if I can get you someplace where you can see, so you see the screw, the linear screw here. So this just wraps around, and I've done mine, keep mine very clean, but basically it's kind of like dental floss. And you can see it's picking up some grease and grime. We'll go all the way up. So as you can see, we picked up a lot of grease and grime. So I'm gonna go to the other side. You know, if yours is really dirty, I wouldn't consider mine really dirty, but if it were really dirty, I could just get another piece. There's also some screw down here below where I'm running these. So I'm going to get the bottom part because that's probably where most of the grease is at the moment, which I apologize. I just realized, see, the bottom part of it was really dirty and greasy. So I don't know how well you can see what's going on back here, but I'm going to be down underneath. I guess this is the Y gantry. Okay, so if you can see where I am down here, I'm going to use a little bit closer to the end, some more of the floss, the less dirty part. Obviously, you'd want to move this up and down just a little bit to get the gantry to a different spot. Now that we've cleaned the old grease off the printer, we're going to put some new grease on. I got this on Amazon. This is just Creality 3D printer grease. You can just use a general purpose, a lighter grease. I wouldn't use like a heavy duty car silicone. A car wheel bearing grease. I think this is got a little silicone in it. I just put a touch, just a dab on each side because you've got two wheels on the bottom. I'm just going to put a dab in the center. And then on this lead screw, I'm going to put a dab above it and below it, just a little dab. It doesn't take much. And because the K3 Pro is so big, I'll probably put another dab halfway up from there and at the top and about halfway, just if I do print something tall that goes out and picks up some grease, to put a little dab down near the bottom. Like I said, we're just doing a little dab, you don't have to put very much grease. If I get you close up at like how much grease I put on, just that little dab right there. That's all we're talking about, just a little bit of grease. Then we'll go into the printer control panel and we'll home, and then after this we'll do the Z home. That way everything kind of runs around, the printer will move, but that's really all the grease that you need. At this point, you have to make sure that you're not doing a common mistake a lot of people make, Don't put grease over the dirt. Take a clean rag, make sure you wipe away the old dust and gunk first, then apply just a thin dab of mechanical grease directly on the X and Y rails. And then we put a few dabs on the Z-axis lead screws, run them manually or do a homing procedure like I'm doing. It helps the printer move and distribute it. And then this helps keep the printer moving silently and prevents any metal on metal wear. One last area to check is the belts. The bed has a belt tensioner. You'll make sure the belt is tight, but you don't want to have like a guitar, a high string. You don't want to do Eddie Van Halen solos back here. It doesn't have to be super tight, but that is good. You can see there's a little bit of belt material that's worn down, but we're good. We could go in and adjust it. It's spring loaded. You would just loosen that screw, let it adjust, tighten it back up, make sure it's tracking right, make sure your sprockets are tight, clean them off if they're dirty. Got a little bit of gunk from that. Then we can move it back the other way. I know that we've got a little gunk under the print bed. We'll wipe it up, or if you have a small vacuum cleaner or a blower, blow it off. I don't want to blow it off, get it everywhere. I'm just going to run the bed all the way back. I'm just using the move controls, 50 millimeters at a time. All right, we're all the way back. You can see there's a little dirt and grime under the bed. I'm just going to wipe it up. The belt's always moving back and forth, so you'll get a little bit of dirt and grime. Then you have the bed rails, which the bed itself has some of those eccentric nuts, so you do the same adjustment on those. I bought this printer used from somebody that was selling it on eBay. When I got it, everything was making a lot of noise. The bed eccentric nuts were extremely tight, and so I adjusted them. They were making a weird noise. Just a little bit of alcohol. I like to keep my printers super clean. And again, same thing, we'll get the same grease. Just gonna put a couple of dabs on the rail, on the inside of the rail, outside of the rail, and then I'm gonna hit home and home the printer and let it distribute the grease. I'm sorry, I missed there's a home all axis button. So when the bed moved all the way forward, it distributed the grease. You could hear kind of how quiet this printer is. It was much louder when I got it. So if your printer is not quiet, if it's making abnormal noises, be sure to check your eccentric nuts.
These nuts? Got him!
Get a little bit of grease. I'll have links to everything in the video description below. So there you have it, just 3 minutes. The hands-on maintenance keeps your Anycubic printer running just like new, reduces noise, reduces wear, makes it last longer, keeps you from driving your family crazy if it's squeaking. And it's an expensive printer, so do the preventive maintenance to prolong the life of this printer. So now if you watch this video, how about another video, maybe one about reducing filament waste on multicolor prints, or how to perfect your first layer to get the best possible print results without print failures. Thanks, and leave a comment below on what you're printing, and if you found this useful, please subscribe.